sort of bizarre that we fund both sides of every war. You know, they're going to expect us to clean up and repair Ukraine when it's done being destroyed. The same with Gaza. Gaza's being destroyed, but who's going to have to pay for it? They expect us to pay for it. When do we become the sugar daddy of the world? We got to pay for everything. We also don't have the money for it anymore because we're running $1.5 trillion deficit every year. We borrowed $1 trillion just in the last 3 months. It's out of control, and some of it has to do with our foreign expenditures. We got to think about what's going on at home.
And the Pentagon's asking for more money for both Ukraine and Israel. But since October, it's already spent $1.6 billion in the Middle East alone, all while our southern border remains completely insecure.
Joining us now with reaction, Florida Congressman Cory Mills. Congressman, last block we were just looking at, we were spending $1 trillion on interest on the national debt right now annually. That's more than we spend on defense. How do you see it?
Well, that's exactly right. I mean, for every dollar that we borrow, 73 cents is already pre-allocated on average for mandatories that most people who are in office refuse to look at for reforms to protect and preserve these necessary things. We refuse to look at the ideas of whether or not pre-allocated or pre-mandatory spending is still serving its intended purposes. And then, as you pointed out, with over $900 billion in interest on a $34 trillion debt, we still have the same people who've been in office for 10, 15, and 20 years who think that we can cut our way to prosperity with no real understanding of an economic growth strategy that enables our GDP to national debt ratio to be inverted. And so, we're continuing to hurt ourselves when we look at workforce shortages, the offshoring of jobs, when we're selling things like you just mentioned, which is $14.8 billion on our last remaining major manufacturer of steel. And then meanwhile, we have foreign policy that allows us to continue to try and remain, reliant upon adversarial nations like China who are out to try and destroy America. I mean, it makes no sense when our foreign and domestic policy is intrinsically linked and we're continuing to make the same mistakes that we've made over the last 2 to 3 decades.
And just, this, Congressman, but the House sets up rules, and the rules the House passes doesn't allow you to touch mandatory spending. You actually could change the rules and, dip into that or take a look at it. But it's Republicans in the House that set those rules up. That aside, do you agree with Congress or Senator Rand Paul when he's saying, listen, we have to have a national defense. We have to spend money. But, man, we are the sugar daddy of the world, spending money in all kinds of places. And with $34 trillion in debt, it doesn't make us stronger. It's actually making us weaker.
Well, that's exactly right. Look, you're a former representative. You know all too well that we can't cut our way to prosperity. We need reform, we need cuts, we need growth. And when it comes to our overseas expenditures, when we can't take care of the #1 priorities, which is American growth and American sovereignty by securing our own borders, why are we overly concerned with everyone else's borders? I am not an isolationist, but I'm also not an interventionist. We can't be the world's police or, as Senator Rand Paul put it, world sugar daddy, when we're actually at a deficit ourselves and leading ourselves towards economic collapse. Every American today has seen the inflationary costs, the cost of living that's increased, the ability for housing affordability or availability to live the American dream. We have to start putting Americans first. We have to start thinking about the safety, the security, and how we make ourselves a more free, prosperous, and safe nation. And that comes before anything, because I wasn't elected by Zelensky. I wasn't elected by the Ukrainian people. I was elected by Florida's 7th District and the American people.
Congressman, our policy out of the Biden administration is even more insane than being a sugar daddy. At least a sugar daddy gets something in return for all that money. Amos Hochstein, the energy security individual for the Biden administration, said today in an interview that, Iran's oil exports would be 2.5, 3 million barrels a day if not for our extreme sanctions. But right now, it's 1.4 to 1.5 million barrels a day in exports. That is where it was, even higher than before October 7th. So we're in essence, Biden is allowing Iran to sell oil to China and elsewhere, and so making money, and then we're also spending money on sending aircraft and military operations to fight the rebels in Houthi and other Iran-backed militias that are funded by those oil sales. That's how insane it is.
David, let me simplify your comment. We're funding our own attacks by enabling the Iran, the Russia, the China, and the North Korean geopolitical alignment to continue to thrive while we fight against ourselves. Look, we went away from the gold standard of the petrodollar. That means that we are propped up as the energy trading currency, but that only works when we actually are able to harvest and start looking at our own energy security and energy independence. But now what we're looking at is not imposing sanctions like we did under the Trump administration, where we had Iran at an absolute crutch, where they were barely getting by with the diplomatic sanctions, with the isolation that we had, and also with the economic struggles. But why aren't we holding China accountable for trading with a sanctioned country? Why are we continuing under the Biden administration to call them competitors as opposed to what they really are, which is adversaries? We have to start recognizing that the 12% of global trade that goes through the Red Sea that is being impacted by the Houthis, who are actually disrupting commerce.
No doubt. Cory Mills, someone who has served in the military.
The Eurasian border, take Africa and Oceania is cutting us off.
Yeah. Sorry, we little cut off there. Thank you, Congressman. Great
Cory
to
Mills,
see you.
thank you.